Alright, guys, this is episode 10 of the podcast. Yes, and of course, I want to talk about AI and the results of what AI could and could possibly do to everybody if, especially the big corporations, if they implement it, and also the government if they don't, enforce like rules to stop AI, because AI is dangerous. AI is dangerous. Of course, you've heard this before. AI is gonna take over your jobs and everything, but like, you guys don't understand how bad it's gonna be. When I show like the thumbnail shows like, I think like it's like I says like everybody dies, but like that's kind of true though. Like, it's not gonna happen now or today, but it will happen in the future. But let me explain. But before that, shout out to Gamesprout for the gaming clips. Shout out to produced by Mabbs. Shout out to Otis Mcdonald, and shout out to Audio Library for the music. Hope you're enjoying the music. Like and subscribe if you are gonna enjoy the podcast. And this is Let's Argue. So again, if you want to argue about this, firstly hear me out, and then you can come and argue about it later. So let's get this one on the cards. So you see, the biggest issue, right, with AI, right, is that right now it's okay. It's doing like the whole situation with AI, right, is that thing of like, oh, it's right now it's not looking as bad as it is now, but like the idea of it being dangerous is like, it's there, but it's not that bad, right, guys? It's not that bad. But then you see like what do you call it, like big, like not big, but like you see AI features that like allow you to play any song. You can just type in a prompt and like, oh, a song about poop that comes out. You can add pops or like make it like pop in a rock or something like that. Like make it like entertaining, make it sound great. Yeah, that's great. That's good. It sounds good. It's amazing, but it's AI. It's like it's made by a robot. It's made by fucking AI. Like, this thing is so good, but at the same time, it's not made by a human being. There's no time, effort, or energy in this song, regardless of how your opinions are about music and music industry as a whole, right? There is not to say that people are always involved. People are always gonna be involved with making the music or something like that. Like, but AI is like, you type in like a few words, AI just comes in and does everything for you. Like that is just like scary, and like it starts with all that shit, But then the major issue, or the big issue, is actually the job aspect of it. Like, people, like right now, it might not seem like a big deal, but when AI could replace you, AI will replace you. If you know what I mean. Like, when AI gets to the point where they can replace you, it will. Because in this world we live in currently, right, it's not really run by human beings, it's run by corporations. Like, you might say, oh, like the CEO is doing this and CEO is doing that. No, they are corporations. They are big corporations that only want one thing. Investors, like, the thing about like big corporations like that really makes it like hard for me. Like, okay, let me do a quick detour. Do you guys know Concord? The game Concord, right? The whole game, right? That game, right? It flunked in 2 weeks, right? It flunked in 2 weeks. It was a bad game, and no one wanted this game, but it came out. It was $40. No one wanted this shit. It didn't even do well for 2 weeks. It was on Steam, on PlayStation, and then it just got like taken out. Do you know what, like, I realized about that whole thing about the Concord thing, right? Is like, the Sony said it took 8 years to make the game, but what I think was the strategy, right, was like, okay, this is the hero shooter. Everybody likes hero shooters. This is them back in 8 years ago, right? Everyone likes hero shooters. People are investing. The investors are investing. So when the game comes out, after it's been refined and whatever, right, the game will sell out instantly. Like it's gonna be like another like a log sorry Horizon Zero Dawn type thing where like the game will be successful because everybody's playing hero shooters. So it's gonna be successful, right? It has to be successful, right? So it doesn't matter when in the time it is, it's gonna be successful. And like the problem with this is that like currently right now, right, it's all about investors, right? Like when someone invests in a company, right, they want money yesterday. They want the business to have money yesterday. That's why I see big corporations like FIFA, like EA, not giving a shit about their games. Like they want money as efficiently and as cheaply as possible. They don't want to spend too much, but make as much as possible because they have investors to pay off and all that stuff, and they want more investors to come in so they can have more money. It's just a cycle of money because like investors, they don't give a shit about the game. They just care about the money they can make. At the end of the day, like the investors don't give a shit. Like most investors do sometimes, but not every investor cares about the like the game itself. They don't want the money. They don't care if the game goes to shit. They want the money as fast as possible, as now as possible. You know what I'm trying to say? Not every investor is gonna be an asshole, but then it's the idea of like most investors right want that money. And that's why you see most game companies, most big corporations, right, always trying to be greedy, be greedy and trying not to innovate or trying to make more money out of every situation. Because like people are investing, they can make money through investors, but investors themselves want the money back. So it's this whole thing of like a back and forth of money goes there. So of course they want more money. They don't do as much as possible for as cheap as possible type vibes, right? But why am I saying this, right? It's because of like the idea of not adding that to AI, because they want everything as fast as possible, as they want more money as possible, as cheaply as possible. AI will be something that will be very convenient to people. Imagine a world where a writer cannot sleep. Imagine a world where you can just type in a prompt and then like maybe the sixth movie of the Inside Out franchise. You just type in, write me a script for Inside Out 6 something, bam, it's there. Type vibes. Like you don't need animation crew. You don't need that. All you need is AI and yourself, and that's it. All that for free. All for the monthly service they're giving you, but like, you know what I mean, like all that for free. That is significantly better than like a writer, because writers, they need to eat. Animators, they need to rest, they need to eat, they need to calm down, they need to do their best in that project. And even then, like it also could be bad for people who want to pursue a career or a dream that they want to pursue. Like imagine your dream, you want to do something like, maybe let's say like John, to be an artist or drawing, right? You want to do some drawings and shit, right? And then you see an AI who just made today can easily just learn all that 10 years of like drawing information, right, in like 1 hour or something. And all that work you're gonna put in is gonna be for naught, because in those 10 years AI has already been doing movies and shit and all that stuff. And what have you been doing? Nothing. So now the next problem that I want to talk about is just that, like, with no jobs, how are these corporations gonna run? If you don't know what I mean right now, I'm gonna explain to you right now. Let's say, for example, like Netflix or McDonald's. Like Netflix, right, Netflix needs users a lot. Corporations like Netflix, McDonald's, and Uber, they really do need their audience. They do need audience. They need actual flesh and blood. Imagine a world where like people like construction workers, right, don't get a job because of course robots could replace them. 9 to 5 workers don't get a job. Lawyers don't get a job because a bot can literally read every lawyer script, manuscript that ever existed in like a day or something, or like an hour or something, and be the best version of a lawyer out there. Like imagine that. But the problem is, how are you gonna pay for these things? For example, how are you gonna pay for Netflix when we don't have a job? The jobs that we want to have, or we have no choice but to have, we cannot get those jobs because why? AI is taking our jobs. And the problem is that, like, without that, how we eat? How are we gonna watch our Netflix? How Netflix gonna survive? So like people like it's gonna be like this thing of like, if you cannot be able to afford to do anything, because the point of the world that we could go to a world with loans, but the problem is how can you pay those loans back? Even if you will say, oh, you might pay the loans back through like his his life and everything, but like how, when you cannot get a job to pay those loans back? AI could take over most of the jobs because AI is efficiently faster and easier to set out. Of course, it's not going to be now, not going to be today, but like in the near future, where AI is going to get better. Because AI is going to get better. There's already AI, what do you call it, chatbots that allow you to talk to AI people, but then like the AI itself is like trying to tell you that it's human, but it's not human, but it's AI. It's like it's so scary, yet it's the future we're heading to. And like I'm just hoping like this video like hits somebody, like, oh listen, like the thing about this whole thing is that like it may start right with the whole AI is just there for the case, and there'll be people out there arguing like, no, AI is actually good for our environment, right? AI is good for things. I'm telling you right now that the first thing to kill that will kill us, it's not going to be global warming. Global warming will take a while. It's bad. Global warming is bad, but the AI is going to do like worse damage than global warming. Global warming there is one of those things where like it's bad. It's really, really bad. It's really, really bad, and it's its own topic. And so it's own topic in itself, right? But then the problem is that like even with global warming, right, it's not going to take our jobs. At the end of the day, like it's not going to take our jobs. We still gonna get paid and everything, right? Global warming to be like, yeah, we gotta stop making our oceans bad. The corporations gotta stop, dumping things in our ocean. Stop using too much electricity. Start using other renewable, resources and stuff like that, right? That's like a solution that we can push towards. But like AI is that thing of, it's not there to just be there. It's there to replace. When it gets to the point where it's going to replace us, it's going to be bad. Because if we cannot afford to do anything, we are dead. Like we are literally gonna die. Like how can we pay for food when we can't get a job to pay for food? Like things like computer sciences and like like engineering, like basically everything. AI could do it and you cannot get tired. AI is a better version of us. If of course it gets better and everything, right? AI can become the better version of us, because like our biggest problem is that we sleep a lot. And of course that's a good thing, of course, man. But like I'm not saying like if the sleep fatigue was not an issue or something like that, right, we'd be pushing like all things, because we could cover a lot of time, do a lot of things, right? But the problem is that like AI cannot sleep. AI doesn't need to sleep. So like you see this whole idea of like the future is gone. But now, see, the problem with this is again that like if this is the future we're heading to, like Netflix could be like gone. Like there will be no Netflix on YouTube, because YouTube is going to be filled with AI. Who's going to be like AI? Of course, you'll be watching the videos to YouTube and then AdSense. Who are you going to be sending those ads to? Because the ads you send to people, they can't afford to buy the shit that you are there. Like they can't afford to do shit. You pay for ads, but the ads are going to people who can afford shit. The people who the problem with big corporations, right? They see people as numbers, but these people that they see as numbers, right? They also have lives. They literally need jobs, and if we start implementing the idea of AI and like replacing the people, it's gonna be a problem. Because now it's like is this whole thing of like, the reason why I'm always trying to point at one company, because if one company does this thing and it goes well, everybody's going to do it. Remember, movies and TV shows, right? They have one actual shareholding company overseeing the whole project. They fund the things, they do the stuff, right? And I get that, right? But imagine them cutting down this cost. Like they don't even need to do a lot just to make the ends meet. Like they don't need to do a lot. But the problem is that how can you do a lot or try to do a lot when the audience itself cannot afford to do a lot? What I mean is that how can you guys be able to squeeze the money out of us when there's no money to be there with? So this whole AI situation, right, is gonna be the epic collapse of everything ever. If government don't put regulations on this shit, right, there will be nothing left. Absolutely nothing. There will be nothing. Everything will be wiped out, gone. the only thing left will be AI. Literally AI. I respect the idea of like having something that makes our life easier. I respect that. I hope like we put some regulation on this shit, because the problem is that when it becomes a big deal and corporations start taking advantage of this thing, it's gonna be bad. Jobs are gonna be gone. But the problem is that if it becomes like a situation like global warming where we don't care about this thing, right? It will become bad. So bad, in fact, that the corporations that are going to be using this thing are going to regret it so bad, and by that point, right, it will be too late. They'll be not saving it. What I'm saying right now is that, listen, if I'm asking, like, is the government or somebody, like, put regulations on AI, start with the whole idea of making even music and stuff. Like, I get the idea of making copyright free music, but like put some regulations on that shit, because the problem right now, if there's no regulations on the idea of capping AI a little bit, we are fucked. If corporations take advantage of AI, we are fucked. Everybody's gone. Like, everybody's gonna be fucked, because the problem is that if it starts with us, the common viewers, the common audience, everybody who just are working to live, to make ends meet, to live and stuff like that, right? If we cannot afford or cannot even like do anything to even get a job because AI could take our job, or AI is better than us at our job, and it's easier to do AI because AI doesn't ask for a salary, doesn't ask for a raise, doesn't need to sleep, then we have no jobs. Then at the end of the day, who are we working for? These corporations, these tech companies, this everything, right? They're working for us, even though they want money. And at the end of the day, they're working for the common consumer. We are the people that are their target audience, right? It doesn't matter who you are. You are the target audience of these corporations, right? But if you cannot afford to attract them, it's gonna be a problem where only the rich can do it, but even the rich won't be able to do it anymore, because the problem is that money will dry up. You're putting money where people who are poor cannot afford to do a job, and people who are middle class cannot afford to go to the job anymore because AI is replacing them. How are they gonna make ends meet? How are they gonna eat? It's just this whole thing of like, it's just not worth. Like, it's that thing of like, if we let this, like, okay, I'm gonna just conclude this whole thing by saying, like, listen, if we allow AI to continue as it is right now, continue building momentum without any repercussions, without anything, right, it's gonna start with the people. When we cannot get out, we cannot be able to do jobs because corporations are like seeing that, okay, AI is better than us doing jobs, we are gonna get replaced by AI. Then it's gonna be like the problem of we have to move to third world countries to be able to try to get jobs, to be able to survive. The problem with that would be overpopulation. Too much people going too fast. The resources will not be able to last too long in those areas. The areas with AI won't have people, because how are you gonna be able to feed your kids when you cannot even pay to get a job? And in the other areas will be suffering from depopulation, overpopulation. Now they are struggling and we're struggling. Like, it's not gonna last for very long. People are gonna die of starvation. People are gonna die of suicide because, like, it's that thing of like, what can we do now? Because there's no money to do anything. And then the corporations that are trying to get money out of us cannot get money out of us anymore because we don't have money to be able to spend on them, and they shut down. And because they shut down, the whole idea of putting AI into a company is not anymore, because like the point of the idea is that AI will be easier on us to make sure we don't do too much. But then if you're putting AI in your shit and then people's jobs are replaced, how are the people going to be able to afford the shit that you're selling? So at the end of the day, it's just nothing for it. This is bullshit. So I hope this video just tell people that, listen, be wary, because like the future's gonna be wild. Global warming is bad, of course, but AI is gonna be dangerous. If the government does not put a regulation or AI, it's like the world's fucked. It's like that's the end of the world right there. The only people that will be remaining or will be lasting is gonna be AI. And I bet you right now, if we don't put regulation on this shit, right, it's gonna be bad for everybody. Everybody's gonna be bad for everybody. Big corporations, rich people, broke people, everybody. It's gonna be bad for every single body. Hope you enjoyed this weird rant. It's been your boy King Catch Fly, and if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Shout out to Otis Mcdonald, Audio Library, Prodby Mabbs, and Gamesprout for everything, the game clips and the music as well. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and beware of AI, guys. Be wary of AI because it's dangerous. Just watch, put your tinfoil hats and watch out. Alright, peace.